There's something I've noticed about people. They never arrive as just one person. They arrive as two, the one they are and the one they think they ought to be. You can see it in the doorway, that half-second pause before they step in. A small internal negotiation. Which one is walking through? Almost everyone carries the second version with them everywhere they go, the ought to be, the should be further along by now, the why can't I just be more like… You know the one. It weighs more than a coat, and unlike a coat, they never hang it up. The most widely shared secret in this room, in every room, is this. Almost every person who has stood where you are standing has quietly wondered whether they are enough. Not just the ones who look like they're struggling, not just the ones who arrive hesitant, shoulders forward, eyes down. The confident ones too. The ones who stride in like they own the floor. The ones whose names other people say with a particular kind of respect. The ones who seem, from the outside, to have already arrived somewhere the rest of you are still trying to find. They wonder too. They just wonder more quietly and in better clothes. Because everyone feels it and almost no one says it, each person carries it as though it were their own private failing. As though everyone else had been given the answer to a question they alone were never asked. They weren't. Nobody was. You're all, every one of you, making it up as you go. The ones who seem otherwise have simply made peace with that fact, or they're better at the performance. I want to tell you about someone. I watched them come through this door for years. I won't describe them too precisely. You'll find your own version of this person without my help. When they first started coming, there was a particular way they moved. Not unhappy exactly, but careful. The way someone moves when they're aware of being observed. When they are, at every moment, slightly editing themselves. Choosing words a half beat before they spoke them. Laughing at the right times, but checking first. Always checking first. They weren't performing badly, that was the thing. From the outside you wouldn't have noticed. But from here, from this wall which has no agenda and nowhere else to look, I could see the effort it cost. Every time they left, they took the coat but left something else behind. Not on me, just somewhere. A residue of the energy it had taken to be the right version of themselves in there. This went on for some time, and then, gradually, not suddenly, not dramatically, the way it happens in stories, something shifted. I don't know what changed for them on the inside. That part of the room I can't see. But the outside changed. The half beat before speaking, it shortened. The checking before the laugh, it stopped. They started arriving as one person instead of two. The coat still went on the hook, but they weren't leaving anything else behind anymore. They'd brought less with them. I noticed. I don't think they did for a while, but I did. The people who carry themselves with the least visible effort are not the ones who have the most. They're not the ones who have achieved the most, or been given the most, or suffered the least. They're the ones who have quietly stopped arguing with themselves, not given up. Stopping the argument isn't the same as abandoning the ambition. It's not the same as deciding nothing needs to change. It's simply a ceasefire with the present moment. An acknowledgement that where you are right now is a legitimate place to be. Not the destination, not the final word. Just a valid point on the journey, deserving of being stood in properly, without apology. That argument runs underneath everything else. The one that says, I should be different, I should be more, I should have done this already, fixed that already, become that already. It's extraordinarily loud in most people, and extraordinarily expensive. It runs constantly in the background and takes everything it can get. The people who have stopped it, or learned to turn it down at least, move differently. They take up a different amount of space, not more, not less, just the right amount. Their amount. I'm a hook. I've no investment in what you decide to do with your life. But the view from this wall has shown me this. The person who walked in here today, before they started editing themselves for the room, before they began performing the version they thought was needed, that person was enough, is enough, not finished, not without room to grow, not beyond the need to change and learn and occasionally get things badly wrong, but enough. You're allowed to be exactly who you are right now in this moment. Not permanently, not without ambition, not without the intention to do better and be better as time goes on. Just right now, here, in this doorway. That's enough. You are enough. I'll still be here when you get back.